We have new reporting, Cody, coming in on the War Room at orangebloods.com from Anwar Richardson that is a lot like what we had heard about Trevor Goosby, the starting left tackle for the Texas Longhorns, in regards to his hand. There was some rumors out there earlier in the week, and I'm not sure how they came about or whatever, unsubstantiated, that he was requiring surgery on his hand. And what Anwar reported last night in the War Room at Orange Bloods is that Goosby's injury did not require surgery, and he's expected to start against Ohio State in the season opener. Even if Goosby needs a protective brace on his hand, the staff believes he'll be able to perform at a high level. We've been saying this whole time, this issue with Goosby, it was minor, it's a hand, nobody's worried about it. Then the word surgery gets floated, everybody freaks out. But what I was saying at the time was like, dude, even if he got a surgery on his hand and they're saying it's minor, that was probably one of these, what is it called? A metatarsal fracture, metacarpal. It's one of these things. Like if you look at the NFL return to play protocols across all positions for that deal, it's like you put on a splint and you're back on it. And one study said in an average of 6.3 days. And you figure for an offensive lineman, I know that they use their hands. I know it's more important for them to, with a defensive lineman, you can just wrap your hand up in a club, right? And for an offensive lineman, you need a little bit more of a tactile sense there. But it wasn't anything that was ever going to, knock on wood. It wasn't anything that was ever going to be too big a problem. But very nice, at least, going into Columbus to get confirmation from Anwar that it was such a minor issue that it didn't even require any of these minor surgeries.
That's big news. Obviously, that's your kind of your cornerstone offensive lineman right there. I know DJ Campbell's the elder statesman, but having a Trevor Goosby at that corner spot right there, left tackle, is massive going into Ohio State. Even though their edge rushers aren't quite on par with their interior or as good as they were a year ago, it's still very important. It's still a high-end defending national championship team, and anytime you can escape going under the knife for anything, you do it. And it sounds like Trevor Goosby's in good hands. So that's another positive in the check off the box as we're 8 days out from Texas, Ohio State.
We have to check off the box of thanking our presenting sponsor, the Man Eye Institute. See life better at the Man Eye Institute. Give them a call, 1-844-WOW-2020. They are our presenting sponsor. We cannot thank them enough. All right, Cody. One other thing that Anwar reported. It's the same thing that not the same thing that I reported, but the same thing I've been talking about for the longest time. It's like you guys need to open up your eyes about the linebacker, Ty Anthony Smith. And Anwar just wrote last night, like this Ty Anthony Smith thing, the hype is real with him. And he's a guy that the staff is super high on. He said that he's a hard hitter. And he said that multiple people told me that if Smith does not beat out Lianga Lafau to become the opening day starter, the competition might not be done. He says this has the potential to be another David Benda situation. And, of course, we know that David Benda eventually lost his starting role to Lianga Lafau at some point during the season. So what I was saying before about this maybe not being a competition and this being something where it's like there's I wasn't sure whether to put an or between Lianga Lafau and Ty Anthony Smith on the depth chart. It feels like maybe looking back, I was tempted to do it. I didn't do it. Maybe I should have.
It seems like there's definitely an or there now, and that was pretty easily relayed to you. Yeah, I think Lianga Lafau is a great linebacker, but it definitely kind of shows you that there's sort of levels to it. Seeing how like David Benda's in the league right now as UDFA, was just cut by the Tennessee Titans. He was a elder statesman in the room last year. Lafau took that step, and now it's like Ty Anthony, a high-end prospect, coming in, taking that big step and getting above him. And then it's, I think this part of programs growing and becoming, the program in the country or one of the programs in the country, is that guys like this kind of get not pushed off to the wayside, because he's not going to get pushed off in any way, shape, or form. When I talk about Lianga Lafau, he's still going to be heavily in the rotation at linebacker, but it just shows you what having these super blue chip type talents can do to your linebacker or any other position room.
Let's talk about your report from the War Room. We have preseason NFL football coming up. Which of these NFL guys? I know that most people are going to be most interested in college football week 0, and we certainly are as well. But there's also preseason stuff for these former Longhorns vying to make their NFL teams. As you went through and did your research on sort of where these guys are sitting on the depth charts, where are we with these guys? We know that like Kelvin Banks and Jahdae Barron and stuff are making the team, but what about some of these others?
Some interesting ones. I'll start with the defensive line. Both Vernon Broughton and Alfred Collins, who were drafted, Collins by the 49ers, Vernon Broughton by the Saints. Both guys are going to make the 53-man roster, I think. I put Alfred Collins as 100% lock, Vernon Broughton at 90%. But both guys are kind of at the bottom.
Broughton's lining up with the twos. I would put him at like 99%.
I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't quite. I mean, he had a good play against Jacksonville. He played a lot of snaps. He's played 53 snaps through 2 games. I'm not sure he's quite a second team rotation guy quite yet, but I get what you're saying. I do think he makes the team, like I said, but both guys are closer to the bottom rung than they are the top rung for their respective rosters. One thing that did catch my eye with the Titans and Gunnar Helm is that last year they carried 5 tight ends, and he's had a great preseason. He had 4 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown last weekend, but they're only going to carry 3 tight ends is what the projection is right now, and he's going to be tight end number 2 right off the rip. The other one, Cam Williams, the projections right now, him and Miles Hinton, both 6th-round offensive linemen from Texas and Michigan, are projected to miss the cut for the Eagles, but should end up on the practice squad. Last one, Hayden Connor. He's played so far this preseason 2 games, 35 snaps at center, 16 at right guard. He only allowed 2 hurries and 2 pressures in that first game. He had a banged up knee this last week, and Jonathan Gannon had this is the Cardinals head coach, had glowing praise for Hayden Connor. Said he's got a cast on, so he can't exactly snap right now, although I think he might be able to snap this week. He's resilient. He really is. He puts in a lot of craft. He's an A+++ character. He's tough as nails, and he's one of the smartest guys we've got in the room. His value of being available to play multiple positions and things like that, I feel good about him and where his game is at right now. And it seems like everybody around Arizona really likes and respects Hayden Connor. It sounds like he's going to make that roster and be a contributor on the interior of that offensive line.
One other thing from the War Room that we didn't get to, I'd just like to get your thoughts on it before we get out of here and tell you guys welcome to the weekend and hope you have a great one, man. It's so awesome to have football back. Is this note from Anwar about how he was told it will take a huge surge this week for Trey Owens to win the backup quarterback job. He says that right now the remaining competition is between KJ Lacey and Trey Owens for the number 3 spot, with Matthew Caldwell being the number 2. Do you have general thoughts on that? I mean, I guess to me, I worry about Caldwell because I wasn't super impressed with the tape coming in, but I also would definitely defer 1 million times out of 1 million to Steve Sarkisian and what he's doing for, his quarterback evaluation process, and also just for his general, career, this like wins and losses go into what kind of defines his career. If he's comfortable with him, I think you're probably good to feel comfortable with him.
I mean, this is a guy that's played 4 years of college football. That's the thing here. He had 10 games last year for Troy. He's had live bullets. Have the live bullets came against Ohio States of the world? Have they came against the Arkansas of the world? Well, he played Iowa once. It wasn't his best game. But this tells me that he picked up the playbook pretty quickly and that they at least trust him to, what I like to say is just be competent. Like be like Kirk Cousins. He's not really a riser, a floor raiser, but like a ceiling raiser, but a Teddy Bridgewater's of the world. Guys that can just play good football, generally not turn the football over. And if you have talent around them, they can get the job done. And
you're not talking college. You're not talking Louisville Teddy Bridgewater. You're talking NFL Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes, I'm talking advanced Teddy Two Gloves right before the knee exploded and ruined my life. No, I think it shows competency in that they believe in Caldwell just running the playbook and just doing the thing. And the Owens thing might just be just not quite ready for those live bullets. I don't know. Like you said, I 100% will bend the knee to Sark and Coach Milwee when it comes to seeing these guys throw every single day, understand the playbook every single day, and hit the open target every single day.
It's a big weekend coming up, man. We have 2 important things to offer you. For one, make sure to go to rosterwatch.com, download the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet. It's the cheat sheets that Cody and I are maniacally testing. We're going to be doing it for the rest of the day. There's been a bunch of NFL news today with different backfields, the Commanders, the 49ers, things that you might not really know if you're a casual NFL fan going into your fantasy draft. Make sure not to panic when you're on the clock. Get the Ultimate Draft cheat sheet at rosterwatch.com. An expert quality draft is guaranteed if you follow the 3 simple rules at the top of the sheet of paper that a toddler could literally follow. It's that simple. We have a setup for your league for your league type, for your scoring settings, whatever you need. Go to rosterwatch.com, get the ultimate draft cheat sheet. And the other thing that we want to offer you, of course, is a deal on our seasoning, the alpha seasoning, the elite seasoning blend. Cody and I's other, like Roster Watch and the ultimate draft cheat sheets, one baby. This show's one baby. This is the other baby. This is like the triplet. It's the alpha. It's delicious. It's made with premium ingredients. We sell a bunch of it because people love it. And right now we have 20% off. What's the promo code, Cody?
Kickoff.
The promo code's kickoff. That's going to go through Labor Day. So 20% off. We've also found a way to lower our shipping costs by almost 20% that we were real geniuses to not have figured out before, but we're still new at this. So go to alphaseasoning.com, scan that QR code. It's just, man, dominate your fantasy football draft. Get a little bit of Longhorn intel here. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. And whenever you're out grilling this weekend, watching week 0, make sure that you're using the alpha. Again, the comments, the likes, all that stuff helps us immensely. We'll be back next week. And Cody, it's hard for me to believe, but whenever we come back, we're going to be talking about Steve Sarkisian's press conference coming into game week versus Ohio State.